And welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes, and we're now into early autumn, having done that massive harvest last time. The field that we had our eye on, that has actually now been harvested, so I'm going to leave that for now. And what we're doing is we're heading down here because what we feared was going to happen on the bottom half of field 11 has actually happened. And you can see it in the distance. The oats have failed. So, what we're going to be doing today, seeing as this field is, completely and utterly failed, we are not going to be able to get any oats off this year. We're going to come in here and we're going to cultivate it, ready to put another crop in and put next year's crop in. It'll be a little while before we need to do this field, but having everything ready will be good. It's going to be onions in here next year, although it doesn't seem to be counting this, because previous it's counting as legume, which is, I think, the soybeans. So we may actually be able to get away with putting another field of oats in here this year, especially if we can get them in early enough. We're going to be doing some oats in this field as well, replacing the canola here. And we're getting to the point where we can have a second field of stuff going around. If I find myself in a position where I can't do something because... or if I can't put the oats in as winter oats, then what we'll do is we'll plant spring barley in their stead. It works very similarly, will make us a decent amount of money as well. So it should all work fine. What we're going to do today, though, and start off, and hopefully before we get too much rain on us, is get this done. And then we've got to set up our other field there, our canola field, to get a load of nitrogen onto it, because at the moment it's in a pretty bad way, so that needs doing. But this field should keep us going for a little while, and yeah, we do have, as I said, rain on the way, so hopefully we can get a decent amount of this done. I think we can do a little bit of this in the rain without too much hassle. It shouldn't cause too much problem for us, and yeah, we'll keep going and we'll see how much of these two fields we can get done today. The rain is bucketing down now, but fortunately, as we had quite a dry time recently, it's the ground is still good, so this will help to get the water in a little bit and work well for us, I think. I've actually decided on the farm that for next year we're going to simplify the crop rotation and go down to 4 crops. At the moment we're running at least 5, I think it is, and we need to simplify it a little bit. So what we're going to do is, across these 6 arable fields we now have here on Six Ashes, we're going to be doing oats, canola, carrots and onions, which should give us a fairly good rotation. We have to put the oats after the canola, unfortunately, because I don't think we're going to be able to get things harvested in a way that allows us to plant the oats otherwise. And we're gonna, which means the onions, I think it is, follow the carrots. Gives us a not a great harvest on the onions, but it's not too bad. We should get 1.14 multiplier on our crops for the oats and the canola as a result of that, so that should work pretty well for us. And yeah, then our 2 root crops will get slightly less. Also helps because if we're not doing 3 grain crops anymore, it's a little bit more realistic, as we only have 2 grain bins down at the main farm over there. So as a result, in 1 grain bin we've got the oats, and then in the other we've got the canola, which makes more sense. And then if we have any crops like we have at the moment that are left over from doing contracts, what we can do is we can just put them down in our big shed down here, which is also going to serve as our root crop storage shed, as it has in previous years as well. So we should be able to actually be a little bit more realistic on our crop storage with any luck, which would be utterly fantastic. It'd make me very, very happy to anything that I can do that gives me a bit more realism. Absolutely wonderful. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at doing that, and as a result, we want to get these fields turned around. I think if we put oats in this, I do want to just check this actually. If we drop out of here and have a look at here, this still says previous legumes, so it's not counted the harvest on here. This crop failing has not given us the oats on here. I don't think. I worry that maybe it'll switch if I go and do the once I do the next bit of planting. So what we'll need to do is keep an eye on that and make sure that we are in a good place for it. Let's keep moving. And yeah, and going well. This should mean that we get on top of this year and don't end up with the same thing happening next year as it has happened here. Once this rain passes on here, it looks like we're going to get a couple of fairly nice days, which is good for us. It's not going to overly affect how well we can harvest our onions and our carrots, because those are unaffected by how wet it is, but we do have that field of soybeans over there that are going to be very much affected by how much it rains. And yeah, for once the forecast is looking fairly good. We've got a bit of a wet bit later tonight. This will clear soon, and then that is clear until winter as it stands at the moment. So with any luck, things will dry out. They'll be good. We should then be able to not only get the soybeans that we have behind us there. Oh, I've missed a stretch. The soybeans that we have in that field there done, but also be able to get our all of our grass fields cut as well. A couple of nice dry days should mean we get some hay off the alfalfa field. Should mean we get some grass off our grass field as well. Although, as I said, at the end of this year, we want to get that ploughed up to create our 6th field, really. And yeah, and we've got our horse grass field as well that we want to try and actually get haylage off this year. That's the biggest problem I got with that field, is I have no idea what we did wrong last time, and that we need to get the haylage off it, and I need to get it dry enough that we can get a level of drying done on that this year and try and sort it out. Because yeah, the haylage, the horse silage as it's called, but how me calling it haylage, it means that we really need to try and sort that. So let's get this down. But yeah, in general, things seem to be going well. We have a good amount of time to get everything done. It's not often I get into early autumn and actually I'm in a position where I'm in good stead. So yeah, we'll see how this continues. This is the part of the field where things start to get a bit fiddly. We've got this little area at the bottom of the field here where things are just a little bit well, a little bit of an odd shape, and we end up with a section that basically juts out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this headland now that we're up at this corner. I think this is going to take 2 rows, so we'll back this up, bring this up here, and yeah, and that way we know we can get this done in 2 widths and get things tidied up very nicely, and then we don't have to worry about getting back up this end of the field to clear things up at the end, and just sort of, you know, makes things that little bit easier for us overall. And then we can start filling in that little area that we had down the other end. So lift this, turn it. As I said before, this P-dub has no turning circle whatsoever. If you want to do some big sharp turns with this, you are out of luck. Come on, there we go. And forwards, get out of that. And then reverse it up. Get it into this corner. Yeah, it does not turn quickly, this. But we can head down here and finish this headland off. And that is going to give us a good thing. We've not lost the rain yet. I'm hoping the rain is going to clean up in the not too distant future. What I'd really like to do today as well is get some slurry on the onto the canola field, so that next time we can get this going on there, and we can get the oats in on here with any luck. But that may not be the case. It may be slightly too early to plant oats. Let's just have a quick look here. No, we are in the window to plant the oats. So the earlier we can get in the oats, the earlier we can harvest them. Which will be, considering what happened this year, will be good news. So what I'm going to do is just come along here, and this will give me a nice little bit of headland up to this point done. And then, before we continue any further, we're going to reverse up and just fill in this odd little shaped bit here. Shouldn't be too big a turn for our cultivator. And bring this round, and away we go. And yeah, and then we can line this up coming out of here, and it's just this little triangle at the corner of the field that needs finishing off. And should do us quite well, to the point where actually I think I might do the headland going up the field. No, I think we'll leave that till the end, because that way we want to avoid running over our cultivated land as much as we can. So yeah, it's best for us not to try and do this end headland before we absolutely need to. And we can finish it down at the bottom end of the field here and still make it across fairly easily. Oh, don't want to go into my onion field. We need to harvest those. We're going to be harvesting those probably in a couple of videos time. I think we're going to get the soybeans done first. The moment we're dry enough to do the soybeans, I want to get them up. Because, yeah, you never know when the weather forecast might give out and you end up trying to harvest a grain crop in the rain and being unable to do it. We're into the fiddly bit in the corner now, just trying to get this so that we can get to the point where we can finish it off. And yeah, this should work. We should be able to get down here and then just reverse back up the field and get the bit of headland done down the side here, and then all that remains is getting the headland up the top done. There we go. Gonna sort that little bit out, because obviously we don't want to leave a row of this, because it just won't seed in that row. And then we can pull this all the way up here, reversing it, and get this done. Find myself using 3.5 meter cultivators a bit more these days. And there is a vast, wonderful selection of them on the mod hub to use. So yeah, trying to use a different one as much as I can because of that, because there's such a wide array of them to choose from. And I quite like this Lemkin one. It goes well with my tractors, and yeah, works well on the farm, I think. And has done this field well. I mean, it's only 2 in the afternoon, and we got this done. For the size of fields we're working on here, actually, it's brilliant. Let's get this headland done, and we are... I purposefully left a little bit less down the corner here, because we can straighten up here, go nicely up the side of the field here, And hopefully that means we're going to have a nice, easy finish to then get this. Then we're going to go down to the farmyard. We need to check how much we have in our trailer. I think actually I might leave this cultivator up here because we're going to be using it later. Once we've got the well, we're going to be using it the next couple of days once we've got the slurry onto the canola field and got the nitrogen levels up on that. There we go. Nicely done. And yeah, once we've got that done, that will work well for us, and then we can go from there to just picking this tractor up, leaving this tractor up here, and getting this job done, because it's going to have our larger slurry tanker on up here to get this done. So bring this over here, finish this bit off, and there we go. That is our field all done and dusted. So we can take this over to the other side now, drop this off near field 10 here, and then yeah, we'll head down to the main farm. We'll see how much slurry we've got in the slurry tanker. So back down to our yard, and as I said, this thing has a turning circular oil tanker. So what we're going to do, just pull it into the yard here a bit, then reverse out the gate, and then we can close the gate and hook up. This is the only tractor that has enough power on our farm to actually pull this trailer. Our other two tractors, while the 6810 is older and things, but these two here actually have, the 7840 and the 6810 actually have very similar horsepower. They're both around about 90 to 100, whereas this has 156 in it. Not a TW35 as it says at the bottom of the screen there, though. It is very much a 25 as it's configured. There we go. Right, and hook this up. And how much do we have in our tank? We have nothing. It is absolutely empty. So down to the animal market. And we're going to go and grab ourselves some slurry. Shouldn't be too much for 21,000 litres in this. So, yeah, not going to break the bank, this one. It looks like the rain might actually be stopping as we head down here. That is really good news. Wet weather and lots of rain is not very conducive to spreading slurry. So we should be able to come down here and get a nice refill of slurry from down here. We can get manure down here as well, but we're after slurry. So let's pull our trailer in here. And yeah, always easy enough to get the trailer in here. Not so easy to get it out. Open it up. And let's try refilling. There we go. And yeah, so nice full trailer of slurry in here. I think this may cost us about £500 to £1,000. It is not expensive for slurry. There we go, £665 for all that slurry is not bad at all. So we can get this backed out of here. I love backing these up. Actually, I find it easier to back dolly trailers up in the tractor. I can keep a closer eye on what the actual trailer is doing, and if I want to pull it around like this and even possibly get it going a little bit more sharply round that way, it should be alright. Now, as I said, I don't like the turning circle on this tractor. I don't think we can go much further back, so forwards. Yep. That's all right. I only have a small correction to make and plenty of space. So out we go. And yeah, back up the top where we can park this up and have this ready. Do we have... Oh, before I head up there, do I need to pop down the farm and grab... Yeah, I don't think I have it on here. We have some on here. But not, yeah, not the actual one I need. So need to make sure I can get the hose up there as well. One of the ways people have suggested I look at this farm going forwards, if I was to continue over 100 episodes, and I do want to get your feedback on that. You know, would you like to see this go beyond 100 episodes? Would be maybe to modernize the farm a bit, and I'm looking at what we have and what that would entail. I think the first tractor that would probably get modernized is this T-Dub. And this T-Dub is fantastic and I love it, but it does have the problem that it's not overly it's not usable for lots of different jobs. I mean, it's not a carting tractor, it's really just a field working tractor, and so as a result it just, you know, doesn't work for us to do that kind of well, you know, we're doing a bit of carting with this, but only because it, you know, it is the only tractor I've got. Right, down to the main farm, and then what we want to do is pick up our tractor here, and we want the Marshall. Yeah, we don't have the, I don't know where my pipe is. It must be in the grass here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, I need to get that up there, so I'll get that up to the field as well. Unfortunate thing about the hose mod and the two bits that I'm using is neither of these bits of kit, don't think I can mount it on the side of this one. Let's have a look. Bring up F1. Attach hose. Yeah, there's no store hose on this. Which is unfortunate because it is, you know, it is set up to do it. But yeah, it doesn't store hose. So I don't think there's anything on here either. No. So yeah, I'll need to transport that up there separately. And first though, we're going to hook this up. And I'm kind of glad I haven't cleaned this tractor when we've got a job like this going on it. And this has 34 hours on it, this 7840. So again, this is the last tractor we added to the farm. Maybe this is the one that's ripe for the upgrade. Maybe it's this one and the T-Dub. It's the possibility. But yeah, that is all hooked up. We've got to turn it around, and this does have a decent turning circle, so we can get this out of here and up to the top. And let's go and do the let's get it hooked up and get some slurry into it. We already have a little bit, so that's a good start. And then we can get this up here. And which side? Yep, we've got it on the correct side, so that's all good. And the hose is up here waiting for us. Perfect. Let's see if it will reach that far though. Where is it? Over here. Hook this up like so, and this end into there like so. Open that up. Open that up. That doesn't animate, that's fine. And refill. There we go. Doing a very nice job. And I think actually it's coming to the end of the day, so this is as good a place as any for us to finish. This will all be nicely set up and running and working for us for next time. But we're going to leave this here for now. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.